Hello, hello, for coming in the chat. Just starting. If you want to see the fresh snow, rewind to the beginning. Oh, hi, Dr. Bob. Shh, I won't tell anybody. What are you up to today? Good to see you, by the way. I got a copyright strike. Don't know what to do about that. But YouTube's being really weird with me. It was censoring my own comments on my own video when I was responding back. Oh, you made fresh pesto? That sounds good. Use lots and lots and lots of garlic. I've never made no, I've never made pesto. Have I not? I may have made it once, but I can't remember. I don't think I did it. I think I wanted to, but I never got a chance to. I did find some in the store once years ago, in Quebec, and it was friggin' delicious. Hi, David. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. If you want to see fresh snow, rewind to the beginning. There's only a couple minutes of it, but I just we've got fresh snow coming down. And I know some people don't have snow in their area, so I thought I'd take a few seconds and capture it for you. How are you doing? How was your day? I'm about 3/4 through the hearing from today, Bondi's hearing. Anybody else watch or listen? That noise you're hearing is my rescue cat. She has a little OCD, and she is in the litter box. she's just working away. Sometimes I have to tell her quite often, that she's done the job. It's done, it's good. It's buried, everything's okay. You did a good job, buddy. Come on. Just working away. I use the fresh wood. It's almost like sawdust, but not quite. Not quite sawdust. In the litter box, it's wood anyway. So fresh wood is the fresh wood smells nice. And they tell me as soon as somebody's used it. Hello, do your job, woman. What did you all get up to today? I haven't actually, David, and I have seen videos. It's pretty concerning if it's accurate. I don't know what to believe anymore, with so much stuff, so much crap on the internet. One woman, she put it under a microscope, like she recorded herself going out, getting snow, putting it under a microscope, and bringing it up on the screen. And it was like, she said it looked like parasites. The shape of it. She said either parasites or what was the other option? She said plastic pieces or something. I can't remember exactly what she said, but Dr. Bob smoking his tobacco pipe all day. David, you said I did 8 years ago. It burned black. It wasn't the butane in the lighter. It wouldn't melt. It would burn. That's so eerie. I don't know. That's weird because well, I know for here when I track snow in on my boots when I come in, it tracks it in on the floor, and then if I don't mop it up, it's a melted mess. So yeah, they do. They do. And really, what it boils down to is if they're really seeing that, if what I saw, what she showed under the microscope was accurate, then what it comes down to is it's not natural, right? whatever they want to call it. Oh, David, I'm also 44. He said, because when I was a kid, I'm 44, it would melt. It would never turn black if fire hit it 30 years ago. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I should test the snow. We should do that sometime, actually, before the snow leaves. Do a video, burn the snow, and see what happens. I got lots of snow coming down now. If you want to see the snow, rewind to the beginning. And then come back. You won't miss anything. Yeah, if I go out walking in the snow, and then come back in, it does melt. It melts, like I end up with a soaked jacket or sweater, whatever I'm wearing. Soaked toque, mittens. The snow we have here does melt. And I imagine the woman who was who did that video that I saw, her snow likely melted too, but she put it immediately from outside onto the petri dish or in the tester thing, and it wasn't a petri dish. She put it between two pieces of glass and then put that under the scanner. Dr. Bob says I sprinkle Tang orange powder on it and make snow cones when I'm camping. I think when we were kids, that would have been a great idea when we were kids. Now I wouldn't do it now, just because whatever they've got going on in the skies, it's and all the talk about the snow being unnatural and issues with it. I don't know, especially when she mentioned parasites. David says, yeah, I've seen the blowtorch video when it's wild. It does melt eventually, but I swear there's other elements in it. 30 years ago. But yeah, same. And I didn't look under a microscope myself, but she did show. She went out and got fresh snow from outside and recorded this. She said, there won't be any edits, so you can see I'm really doing this. I tend to believe what I saw with that, but you really never know with how crazy AI is. But she didn't strike me as somebody like, I don't know. She struck me as sincere, and she was really showing what was going on. It did look like a bunch of parasites that when the snow melted. I wonder how we could test it. We could put it in a bowl and burn it. Oh, 5 people in the chat. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Pushin. Good to see you. Yeah, there's 6 in the chat. How are you doing today? How was your day? I feel drained. I think all this Epstein shit is getting to me. Well, I watched the hearings today, like 3/4 of them. I didn't finish it, but three-quarters of the way through, and I could feel my shoulders tensing up really bad. Oh, yeah, me too with the headache. We need some water. David says there's probably certain elements that would change its color to tell what it is in there if I looked into chemistry, yeah. Let's drink our water, guys and girls. Everybody in chat, let's have some water. I'll mute so you don't have to listen to my water bottle. Yeah, I don't know about the chemistry. I'm not schooled on a lot of that stuff. Hi, Kitty Cattywack. Good to see you. How was your day? We got 7 in the chat now. That's a good number. Tell me how your day was, and then and we'll start playing. Did you watch the hearings? I don't know if you say hearings or hearing with Bondi. It's frustrating, the whole thing. But we'll do some self-care, play some cards. It was okay. Yeah. I think I slept most of the day. I was still tired. Rewind to the beginning if you want to see snow, or I could take, actually, there's 6 of you in the chat. Let's go see some snow right now. Move this stuff. Pretty snow going on. What are you doing? You coming out to see? You want to come see? No? Oh. Oh. What's happening? What do you think? It's fluffy. Huh. Oh. Yeah. Do you want to come back here? Come on. Come on, son. Oh, Bear, come on. Oh. Yeah, I know. Do you want to come back in, Bubba? Zenith? Okay. So we got another one coming. Do you want to go see? Oh. What do you think? Hi, babies. Bubby. Oh, come on, Sylvester, you silly. Come on. Come on, I'm going to shut the door. Coming in? Yeah, come on. Come on. Yeah. It's out there. You got snow on you, Bubba? Yeah. Okay, we got this oven in the tent. Brr. You chilly? Who's ready to play? Can we get a card? Anybody want to give some numbers, or you want to just chat, or what do you want to do? Deal you in? Okay. Okay, let's go. We need a card. We need a card and a number. So between 1 and 55 and between 1 and 3. Aren't they sweet, Josh? Good to see you in. They're the sweetest. Zenith is into everything. She still has that kitten energy. How is Josh so blue? Was that I think that was so that he could share the other day. What was it? Present is the word we're looking for. Present. I think is that what we did there? 31 and 1. $31 and 1. All right. If you didn't have to worry about, we got this one the other day. Do you want to go to another card, or do you want to go to another number? Because there's 3 questions per card. Your question here is, if you didn't have to worry about money, would you still work? But we definitely did that one just a few days ago. 33 and 3? Okay, let's do it. Okay, 33 and 3. What should everyone try at least once? What should everyone try at least once? I think I made you blue when you were going to do some presenting on the channel the other day, Josh. Isn't that when? I got a copyright strike, by the way. Stepping out of their comfort zone. Yeah, that's a good one. Because I think they heard the song Dr. Bob, or not Dr. Bob. It was super, right? Um, and they thought it was the original artist for the song. You've Got a Friend in Me. Yeah, they didn't like it as much as we did. So Pushin says stepping out of their comfort zone. And Dr. Bob says streaking. Yeah, Mr. Super, I bet that he does, because I mean, it was really good. It was a restriction. Let me check on the other phone and see what it says here. Go to the studio. No, not in the studio. Copyright, there it is. Visibility, partially blocked. What does that mean? This video contains copyrighted material. As a result, it has been blocked in some countries and/or regions. Copyright protected content found. People in some countries can't watch your video. What happened? There are visibility restrictions on your video. Your channel isn't affected. The copyright claims on your video don't affect your channel. This is not, okay, it's not a copyright strike, it says. Visibility, the video can't be seen in some territories due to one or more claims. Territories where video is blocked? Belarus? And Russia. Which I don't know why they would block from anywhere, but it's weird. Partially blocked. It says details, audio, You've Got a Friend, 45 version by James Taylor. Content owner is WMG. Impact on the video, partially blocked. Actions you can take. You can erase the song, trim out the segment, or dispute. So why does it say restrictions copyright, but then also tells me, where did I see that? Says it's not a copyright strike, so that doesn't make sense. What, babe? Oh, she's hunting. Anyway, so yeah, there's that. Okay, let's see what you've got in the chat. Copyright strikes don't affect your channel unless you are monetized. I imagine I'll probably never be monetized. Dr. Bob says Google's AI sucks balls. Yes. I think any AI sucks balls. I'm very anti-AI. I used an AI image for Josh's live stream for our interview last week, and I still feel dirty about it. I couldn't find a picture that showed what I wanted. Like the search that I was doing in Google was and in DuckDuckGo was all it was only showing me AI images, and I was looking for a long time, and I finally just settled on that image. which it's a nice image, but I can't get with AI, you know? Belarus. That name sounds familiar. What is that? I don't know what that means. Do I need to Google that? Am I gonna feel stupid? Belarus. It's showing me some park. Oh, it sounds familiar because that's the name I just said, right? Oh, it wasn't spelled like that. No. Where did it? Let's see here. Belarus. It's a country in Europe. I wonder, I wonder. Josh says, yeah, I got the same thing on that video. Sorry, I forgot about that. Or I wouldn't have picked that song. No worries. I don't know how to remedy it though. Like, I don't know if I should just cut that part of the video out. Hello, hello, level plane. Hello, hello. Welcome to the chat. Hello, hello. Potion says, no, I thought that may have been the second country you read. Belarus and Russia is what it said. Did we all answer the question? Where did it go? Oh yeah. What should everyone try at least once? That's not your food. Zenith? Zen? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? You, you wait. When I say what are you doing, she makes a noise and jumps down and runs over to me every time. Are you busted? Yep, busted. So what should everyone try at least once? I'm gonna stick that card back in. Let's get another number going. So I need a number from 1 to 55 and a second number between 1 and 3. If that ended up, like if I ended up with another strike or another restriction, well, they would have told me, right? That if I got another restriction, that my channel would be shut down or whatever. Because I do have a copyright strike before this. I played Cypress Hill while my cat got high on catnip. Old man cat. Brother bear. It was right after his grand mal seizure. Anybody want to pick a card? How about if I do this? I'm going to pin that to the top. It's a good thing I didn't get rid of this old phone. I find use for it every day, besides my little game I play. Josh says, if you want people in Russia to see it, then you would have to cut it out. I personally don't care to leave the video up, or so leave the video up. I think I just read that. I can't but think I went already. Josh says, it's not a strike, it's just a warning. You can get as many as you want. It won't affect your channel. What, baby? What? Come here. Do you want to come up? Come here. Come get kisses. Do you want belly rub? Come here. Bubba. You too? Oh, what's going on? Oh, my squishies. Josh says, it's not a strike, it's just a warning. You can get as many as you want. It won't affect your channel, except monetization and visibility. So would it prevent, let's say in the future, it would prevent my channel from becoming monetized? Not that I ever will, but if I did. David, do you want to pick a card number? We need two numbers, one between 1 and 55 and one between 1 and 3. Also, does anybody else feel very drained? Like all over drained, mentally, physically, all of it, emotionally, spiritually? Anybody gonna pick a number? No, you can still monetize. It's just for that video, the money will go to the person who claimed the copyright. Okay. Well, what did you do with yours? Did you refute it? 29 and 1. Okay. $29 and 1. Okay, we did this one too the other day. Okay, I'm gonna make this one your new 29, okay? Because we just did this one. It was a fictional character one that we did. But your new one is, what is the strangest or most exotic thing you've ever eaten? What is the strangest or most exotic thing you've ever eaten? And if you want to come up, um, if you want to click on the link and come on, you're welcome to, everybody, anybody. I think we can have 8 people. Alligator, how did you eat it? How was it prepared? I've had crocodile jerky. No, it wasn't jerky. It was a meat stick. Crocodile, kangaroo. And there was a third one there, but I can't remember what the third one was. Fried. I think I would like to try that. Well, I know I would like to try it, but I think I would like it. I liked the crocodile. The kangaroo was delicious, but I think like it was in meat stick form, so I think I've never had a meat stick I didn't like. Yeah, I think I won't bother to dispute it. Dispute is the word I was looking for, not dispute. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, I won't bother to dispute it. I'll just leave it on there. Tasted like chicken. That's what I say about everything, eh? Frog legs. If you've never had frog legs, they kind of taste like chicken, but a little bit more aquatic. Like you can tell that it was living in the water. I really like frog legs. I've had them in Quebec quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit. I'll say a few times. Oh, you're on the forklift? Shit. Okay. What is the strangest or most exotic thing you've ever eaten? I'll type it in the chat. There, Josh. You've had those? You've had frog legs? I think they're good. Did you like them? What else? I'm trying to think. I think there's some things that I've eaten that I don't consider super exotic, but other people might. Like sea snails. I'm a big fan of sea snails. Um, oh, cod tongue? Is that? Let me look that up. Make sure that I'm getting it right. Yes, cod tongue. What else? Okay, you can hear now. He says, I just drive the forklift to go to break. Okay. Tell Tammy we said hello. Pushing says, I did. I was a kid, though, not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what you mean about not being sure about what it means. By what me? By what? David says alligator or frog's legs or pheasant, the bird. Yum. Level says, I want to tell my story about good and evil that's happening to me. I had one happen like way back in the day, and just the other night it happened again, but in a much different way. Do you want to make a show of it, Level? Like, as in like not a show, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on and we'll just have you on, so you can share that, because we can plan that for tomorrow evening if you want. Or like, I'll let the chat decide, because we're playing this game, but if we want to take a pause in the game, we can have you on and you can share that. Or we can make a whole separate show is not the right word, because I don't think this is really a show. It's a video. A live stream, whatever. We can do a separate live stream just for that, for what you're talking about, or you can come on tonight if the chat's if the chat wants to pause the game. We can do whatever you want. David says calamari too. I don't know if calamari is exotic. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I used to eat calamari a lot, and I don't know if it's exotic. Like, is squid and octopus and sushi, like, is that exotic? Probably. Josh says, I've had caviar once. It was disgusting, and I had a buffalo burger that was pretty good. Oh yeah, buffalo's delicious. I've had roe, I don't know if that's considered the same thing as caviar. Roe, fish eggs. David says, had fried frog's legs the other day. Love it. Pushin says, why I said, but I was a kid. Let me go back. I was a kid, though. Fried snake, too. I would try snake. I would definitely try snake. Did you like that? Fried snake? And what did it taste like? I imagine it tasted probably similar to frog legs, maybe? But I don't know. Like, is it closer? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Josh says Tammy called off. Her car broke down on her way in tonight. Shit. That's too bad. I hope she gets her car fixed up. Level says maybe. Okay, that's maybe maybe for making a separate live stream. Like, we could plan it for tomorrow or in the next couple of days. Whatever works. Mike from in the studio. Hello. Welcome. Level says, I'm about to go to break at work. I can come on tonight if you want. Sure, yeah. If it just depends on the chat. See if because we're playing this game, so we'll figure that out. You're going on break, so what time are you done work tonight? Pushin says, that's fine with me. Calamari used to be fairly normal for me. Yeah. Yeah, me too. David says, lots of different sushi too. I love sushi. My weakness. Forge in the flesh. Hello. Forge says, hey, y'all. I'm just here drawing. What are you drawing, Forge? And what medium are you using? Are you using pencil, charcoal? What? Josh says, I just realized that's why it's so quiet here tonight. Oh, because Tammy's not in. Lella says 9:30 Pacific time. Okay. Or 10 Pacific time. My brain's not working. I'm trying to figure out Pacific time is so if it's 9 there, or you said 10, we're 3 hours ahead of you or behind you? We're behind. No, we're ahead. We're ahead. So if you're 10 until, that's 1 o'clock our time. Well, anyways, if not tonight, then we'll plan it for soon. David said about fried snake that it tasted good. It wasn't bad. Forge says, I'm using Sketchbook and I'm working on characters. Very cool. For my animation I'm working on. That's awesome. That's something I've always wanted to do, is get into animation. I'd love to see your work. Level says play it by ear. Yeah, I agree. Let's play it by ear. Oh, I'm pretty drained tonight. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I would be much of I don't know what the word is. See, my brain's extra not working today because I'm very drained. But let's plan it for a time when I'm not so drained, so I can be more present and engaging. But I shared the link there, so anybody who wants to get on, you're more than welcome to come on, and we'll continue to play the game. And I need a card number. Forge says it's going to be about the back rooms, the SCP Foundation, and welcome to Night Vale. I don't know what any of that is, the SCP Foundation, and welcome to Night Vale. But I think that's very cool that you're doing that. Okay, Level. Yeah. Do you want to pick a card number, Level? Since you're on break, you might as well use that break time. Pick a card, any card between 1 and 55 and 1 and 3. Is anybody else really drained today? Like, did anybody else wake up from their sleep and feel like they needed to sleep from their sleep? 25 and 1, Level says. Let's do it. Do you have any good tricks for stopping hiccups? That's a silly question. Do you have any good tricks for stopping hiccups? Level says, "Yeah, I actually slept all through the day and just got up like an hour before work. Just kind of laid there in a depression." Yeah, me too. All day. I woke up around 5 p.m. or after 5. It was like 5:30 p.m. Even now, I don't know, I just feel very drained. Josh says, "I feel drained a lot. I could sleep 24/7." Sometimes I feel like that, yeah. Especially now with this spider bite infection, it's kicking my butt, and I'll be happy for it to go if my immune system could get its shit together, and do something for itself. That would be great. Oh, Forge in the Flesh says, "Look into the light. That's how you get rid of hiccups." Um, I never heard that about hiccups, but I know that you could look in the light if you have to sneeze, and you want to trigger it to come on. Um, look up, look up at the light. You don't want to stare at the light because that's not good for your eyes. But it stimulates the retina, and that does something inside, and will cause a sneeze. And there's also, does anybody in the chat have the experience of when you chew peppermint gum, when you first put it in your mouth and you start chewing, you sneeze? Because I only read about it this last year, I believe. I can't remember the details of it, but there's a percentage of us who that happens to, and I can't remember if they said it was genetic, but um, that's been happening my whole life. And I thought maybe it was normal, like everybody has that, but not everybody has that. Let's look up the details on that. Sneezing from peppermint. Oh, dull stuff is coming up. It was much more interesting when I looked it up. Hereditary, non-allergic reaction rather than a true allergy. This phenomenon where specific triggers like strong mint, dark chocolate, or bright light cause a sneezing fit is believed to be a genetically inherited trait often linked to an overstimulation of the trigeminal nerve. The condition is often inherited, with studies suggesting it can be an autosomal 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 dominant trait, meaning there is a 50% chance of passing it to children if one parent has it. The mechanism: peppermint, specifically the menthol, acts as a potent aromatic irritant that triggers the trigeminal nerve in the nose, which is responsible for facial sensations and the sneezing reflex. While sometimes mistaken for an allergy, this reaction is a gustatory rhinitis or a nerve-based response. It is a protective yet overactive reflex to clear perceived irritants from the nasal passages. Have you ever heard of Achu syndrome? Relationship to Achu syndrome. This type of reflex is closely related to the autosomal compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst, Achu syndrome, or photic sneeze reflex. Whoever came up with that, they had a good sense of humor. The Achu syndrome. The autosomal compelling helio-ophthalmic outburst syndrome, or photic sneeze reflex, sneezing at bright light, which is also a genetic inherited trait. Oh, I didn't realize that. that was also a genetic inherited trait. Sensitivity factors. Peppermint contains high concentrations of menthol, 30 to 55%, making it more likely to induce sneezing compared to other mints. Because this reaction is passed down as an autosomal dominant trait, you may find that your parents or siblings also experience sneezing when eating strong peppermint, dark chocolate, or walking into bright sunlight. So there you go. There's a little education for you. Not everybody has that, though. I want to find the amount, the percentage of people, peppermint genetic percentage. Sneezing from peppermint or other strong scents, tastes like dark chocolate, is often linked to a genetic, we just read that part, nerve sensitivity rather than a true allergy, affecting roughly 20% to 35% of the population. So only 20 to 30% of us that have that reaction. So for years, I wonder if it's the same number as for looking at the latent sneezing, because I had read that was a thing, but I guess I didn't read the whole thing. Because I knew it happened to me, and then I looked it up and it was like, oh, that's a thing. So then I always recommended that to people. But not everybody has that reaction, so there's that. Level says, yeah, I actually saw, okay, well, that's further behind. Where are we? Look into the light, that's how you get rid of hiccups. We read that. Forge says, yeah, I sleep a lot as well most of my life. I think we're all vitamin D deficient. And magnesium and probably a lot of things. Level says, yeah, I look at the sun and I'll sneeze. Yeah, so you're part of that little percentage of people. We're a little club. And pushing too, yes. Huh. There's a few of us here. Oh, Forge says, I never heard of that. So maybe you don't have those genetics. Forge says, what does it mean if one of your eye randomly twitches with peppermint? That's a good question. Let's find out. Peppermint, particularly in hot drinks, may cause eye discomfort or dryness, which can trigger or worsen eyelid twitching. While generally safe, peppermint can cause side effects like dryness, and its strong scent may cause irritation, while underlying dehydration from such substances may contribute to eye spasms. Peppermint impact. Studies have found that consuming hot peppermint drinks can negatively affect the tear film, causing increased tear burning, which is associated with dry eye disease and discomfort. Dryness and twitching. Dry eyes are a common trigger for eyelid twitching, myokemia. Other triggers, common causes of eye twitches include excessive caffeine, stress, fatigue, or nutritional deficiency. Magnesium and B12. Oh, we just said that. Management to reduce spasms. Try to keep eyes lubricated with artificial tears, reduce caffeine intake, and ensure adequate sleep, which I think all of us are sleep deprived. I'm sure that we're not all getting the good sleep. If the twitching persists for more than a few weeks or causes complete eyelid closure, consultation with a healthcare provider is recommended. So I feel like the search possibly misunderstood my question. You get twitches with the peppermint. It kind of went there, but it also seemed to go a little bit around that. Your left eye twitches. Level says, what about hiccups when you drink a carbonated drink? Oh, I think that's because you swallowed too much carbonation. Like it's or too much air, sorry. The combination with the carbonated drink, it's like a lot of air. But let's look it up, because I'm not Google. Let's see. What happens? What a hiccup when you drink carbonated. Okay. Carbonated drinks cause hiccups because the carbon dioxide, CO2 bubbles, rapidly expand in the stomach, causing gastric distension and irritating the diaphragm. This pressure triggers nerve signals. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm struggling to read tonight. This pressure triggers nerve signals, causing the diaphragm to spasm. Remedies include stopping intake, sitting upright, and drinking cold water to calm the nerves. Why carbonated drinks trigger hiccups? Gas buildup, carbonated releases CO2, gas causing the stomach to expand. Diaphragm irritation. The expanded stomach pushes against the diaphragm, the muscle responsible for breathing, triggering involuntary spasms. Rapid ingestion, which was what I had suggested. Drinking quickly or using a straw increases the amount of air swallowed, which compounds the gas buildup and increases pressure. Nerve stimulation. The sudden swelling may irritate the vagus or phrenic nerves that run near the stomach, initiating the reflex. How to stop or prevent hiccups? Stop consumption, sit upright, cold water, hold your breath. That's what I was going to suggest, was holding breath, because that's my trick, is holding my breath. And it says, hold your breath. A temporary increase in CO2 in the blood can calm diaphragm spasms. Andrew Huberman has a specific breathing method for getting rid of hiccups, and I can't remember the name that he has for this breathing, but if you look up Andrew Huberman, I'll do it right now. How about I just do it right now and everything is easy? Andrew Huberman hiccups. Okay. Andrew Huberman's science-based method to stop hiccups involves a triple inhale technique to hypercontract and reset the phrenic nerve. To do this, take a deep breath in through your nose, followed by 2 more consecutive smaller sips of air without exhaling. Hold this breath for 15 to 30 seconds, then exhale slowly. Key details of the mechanism. Hiccups are caused by a spasm of the phrenic nerve and diaphragm. This technique forces that circuit to relax. Procedure: inhale 1, a large deep breath through the nose. Inhale 2, a smaller sip of air through the nose immediately after. Inhale 3, a final tiny micro sip of air through the nose. Hold for 15 to 30 seconds. Exhale, a slow, controlled exhale. Effectiveness: this technique is designed to be a fast, reliable, and scientifically supported way to eliminate hiccups. And what I do before I learned that, which clearly I didn't learn off by heart because I had to go search it up to tell you, I take a really deep breath, and actually I kind of do that, what he says there. Naturally, I've always done that since I was a kid, but I just take as deep of a breath as I can, and then hold it for as long as I can. I don't count. I hold it as long as I can, and then slowly exhale. And then before I can breathe, like before I can take in another any normal breath, unless I feel like I need a normal breath, I take another, pardon me for my yawn. I take another really deep breath, as deep as I can, and hold it for as long as I can. And then when I can't hold it anymore, I slowly exhale through the nose. And I do that probably 3 breaths of that, and the hiccups are gone. That's my trick. But it seems like that's likely very similar to what his description is there. I've done his hiccup trick, and It seems to work, but I just know my own breathing exercise that I've always done. I know that works for me. I think whatever works for you is the best way. Yeah, Forge, it is interesting. Forge is, I think sneezing is more common. Yeah. Level says, yeah, the peppermint thing hasn't ever happened to me. So you're not of that. You're not of these 20 to 35% genetics that we carry. I don't think that came out of my mouth right. I think you guys know what I mean. There's 20 to 35% of us with these genetics that the peppermint causes sneezing. Forge says, no, it's with gum. Well, okay, whatever. It was probably stress at the time. It's not happening anymore. Forge, I'm not sure if you meant that for me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I think I get you now. And stress will do that for sure, give you an eye twitch. Woo says, hey girl, what's up, Bommy Bomber? Hello, hello, Woo. Team Woo in the house. Good to see you. How are you doing tonight? And Level says, the thing I'm a share is about good devil and both creeping for my soul when I was in a deep conscious state the other night. And it happened before when I was younger. I was touched by an invisible hand. Dr. Bob says, hang upside down and drink a glass of water works every time, 50% of the time. 50% of the time it works every time. Dr. Bob says, or drink the glass of water while standing with your head between your knees. Forge says, I have the sneezing thing with the light. No, it was me. I was stressed at the time. Creepy. Hello, Pappy. Pappy says, fennel seed tea is excellent for hiccups and stomach issues, even colic in babies. Very good to know. I had a box of fennel seed tea, actually. I had to get rid of it when I came back to a mouse infestation after my dad passed. I had to throw everything out, pretty much. Whatever I couldn't salvage, and I couldn't salvage my tea. Pappy, how are you doing? Good to see you, by the way. And does anybody want to pick another card from 1 to 55 and then another number between 1 and 3? And we can go to the next card. Pappy, are you getting snow where you are? Also, everybody in the chat is feeling drained. Are you feeling drained? Is this an us thing? Like, is this everybody? And the link is there if anybody wants to come up and talk. "33 and 3, Forge says. Pappy says, sorry I missed a couple of your live shows. You come on after my bedtime sometimes. Pappy, ideally I would come on earlier. When I get my sleep back in check, I'll definitely be coming on earlier so that, well, for my circadian rhythm, but also then you'll be able to come on. Now you've given me some more incentive to get my sleep back in check. $33 and $3. We're not getting the most exciting questions tonight, but this one is, do you keep a diary? I guess we could call that a journal. Maybe you call it a journal. That's a diary, a journal. Maybe you only keep, I don't say only, but a planner or an agenda. Do you keep a diary? Poppy says, yes, our energy has been being bombarded with sun magnetic storms. Been throwing things into flux for a bit. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I really feel it. Pushing keeps a dream journal. I'm glad that you have got back into that, pushing, because I think if you're drawn to that, then you ought to be doing it. Forge says, I'm just started to. That's awesome. What kind of a journal or diary do you keep, Forge? I find it very helpful to get things out of the head. And for over 20 years, I've wanted to get back into journaling. And I had the journals here. I just, something was stopping me, like some kind of perfectionism. So if anybody else is dealing with that perfectionism, or you don't know how to start it, and you don't know, like, you just don't know how to start, just start. Like, I picked up a few extra journals, specifically a planner, one for health stuff, one for notes, just like random notes, to-do list. And then I picked up one that's my nothing journal. Like, it's not important. This is what I tell myself. It's not important. But I say that because in my head, the perfectionism goes, well, how are you going to start it? Like, how are you going to, blah, blah, blah. But it's just silliness that goes through the mind. So, just start it. Start it with a drawing if you want to, or skip a few pages if that helps you. I always skip a few pages, and then just start anything. But it took me a bit to get started, and when I did, I took it to the river and I started writing. And the next time I wrote in it, geez, I wrote 16 pages. There's a lot inside that wants to come out. And I have to keep telling myself, this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not special. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's progress over perfection. And when we have something spinning around in our head and we write it down, it really does help to get it out of the head. And because I think part of the problem when we're letting things scoot through our minds on repeat, it's like something that we feel like we don't want to forget, but we don't really want to be sitting there thinking about them nonstop like a record player. So we just get it out, and it's very, very helpful. Josh says, I used to keep a journal, but I got lazy and quit. Time to start, Josh. Time to start again. Forge says, it's my random thought journal. That's great. That's what my nothing journal is. It's just random, just whatever. Just get it out. Actually, it's not the same thing because I think random thought journal is more, it's more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like important thoughts that you'd like to get down probably, right? Where mine, it really is just like get the, get the, just get it out, get all of it out. Level says no, but I'm too much of a philosopher, so a lot on the mind. I don't know. It could maybe be the best thing ever to, yes, Level, that sounds like this is the magic key for you. You may want to pick up a few different journals and assign them different tasks. Like have one for if you write songs or poetry. Have one for like my nothing journal, just to get random shit out of the head, talk about how you're feeling or what's going on, and have another one for goals and ideas. And I have another one for gratitude, a gratitude journal. I've been wanting to start a gratitude journal for like 40 years. And I finally started one late last year, 2025. It's time. Because like there's a lot of darkness going on in the world. And the gratitude reminds us to come back into our heart and to come back to the love, right? Forged in the Flesh says, I do the same thing. You are so right. Yeah, it's so true. Pappy says, I use a backpack in my looks within place store my inner thoughts, experiences, lessons, and accomplishments, and take them out to review while in sacred space. Special revelations can occur. I'm going to read that again because my brain went mashed potatoes for a second there. Like words actually changed in front of my face while I was looking at them. Okay, Pappy says, I use a backpack in my looks within place to store my inner thoughts, experiences, lessons, and accomplishments, and take them out to review while in sacred space. Special revelations can occur. I like the idea of writing down your lessons and your accomplishments. The one book I have is for inner thoughts. That's a good way to call it. Inner thoughts. I'll take a screenshot and then I'm going to try to remember to go over my screenshots so I can add to my journals, because I find them very helpful when I can, even if I don't keep up with all of them every single day. They're very helpful. I'm not sure. Probably Sasquatch. You're probably thinking of female Sasquatch, OA. I think that's your thing, isn't it? Is it still your thing? Forge in the Flesh says, yeah, my thing, 8 things I can't stop thinking about. You are spinning gold right now, B. Oh, that's good to hear. I'm going to put this up on the screen. There we go. So, okay, so just teasing away. Interesting that you said your cat, though. I'm trying to shut it down. Does anybody want to pick a card? You can pick a card from 1 to 55 and another number from 1 to 3. Pappy, can you explain what you mean when you say I use a backpack in my looks within place to store my inner thoughts, experiences, lessons, and accomplishments? Do you mean you take a backpack of journals to the woods, or to your special place to connect? Puppy says you can safely discard things in your sacred space that no longer serve your higher good. That way, your Earth Walk backpack doesn't become too heavy. Um, this cuts off your words. There's a dollar sign on the screen. I wish I could get rid of it. It cuts off the end. To continue your pathwork. Yeah. That's the backpack that that I talk about quite often, about what we're carrying around with us. Not not physical, but the stuff we're carrying around that isn't serving us. We can get rid of that. Sometimes we can do that on our own and just sit and mentally picture taking it out of the backpack and putting it in the fire, getting rid of it, leaving it somewhere. Let the universe deal with it. And sometimes it helps to discuss it with other people who aren't judging. And sometimes just writing it down in a journal helps. Excuse me. Does anybody want to pick a card? Oh, your comment was at 11:33. Okay, 1 and 1. Excuse me, pushing. This is a great one, and I know we've done this one before, but it really is a great one. And I don't remember if you were here when we did this question before. What historical event do you wish you could have been a part of? What historical event do you wish you could have been a part of? Oh, that's the card from the last that's the last card. I had that card here from the last question. So that's actually not the question. Oh, what did I do? Did I put these cards right here on the top of the pile? I did put those cards on top of the pile. Okay, new question, because that card was from the last hand. Not the last hand, but the last question. What would we find if we looked under your bed? What would we find if we looked under your bed? Papi says, it is a virtual backpack that you visualize while you are mindful of your path work. And yes, discarding the harmful from the pack into the sacred place fire is one of the ceremonies I use in healings. Here we go. For anybody who's wondering, when we talk about the backpack, because we talk about that quite often. Pushin says, I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Pushin, you're starting to sound Canadian with your sorry. You go do your thing. We'll be here. OA says, I just reflect, but not dwell on say bad, crappy things I did or experienced in the past. I gave it to Father Jesus, freeing any soul fragments, get direction via asking for help if I have a weird day. I could ramble on for a long-winded deal, but I digress, he says. Fine, look under my bed, LOL, cat. Cat puke? No. No, clean up the cat puke. Josh says, concrete is under my bed. My mattress is on the floor. I sleep on the couch. I don't have a bed. When I moved, I thought I Mary Kondo'd my apartment and I got rid of a lot of stuff. And my bed was one of those things. I was convinced that the universe would provide, and the universe forgot about me. So I still sleep on the couch here. And 100%, if you looked under the couch, it's going to be probably full of hay from my bunny. And I know I should lift the couch and sweep out the hay, and I just I'm just not ready for that. So for now, I'm okay with having my baby's hay underneath my bed, well, couch. Gosh, there's hay everywhere. I still sweep up hay every once in a while. Like yesterday when I was sweeping in here, there was a piece of hay on the floor. I don't know where it came from. I'm guessing, this is why I'm guessing it's probably under the couch. And just now as we spoke, one tiny fluff just slowly floated by above the lamp here. And it was my bunny's fur. Like as if he's just right there saying, I'm still here. That was funny. Every once in a while, one of his hairs will, and it doesn't drift like a piece of dust or whatever. It floats like it's completely weightless and is just kind of slowly balancing in the air, moving slowly. Pappy says under our bed is a combination of dog hair and cat hair, escaped dog and cat toys, and a shoe too far to reach. A shoe too far to reach. Oh goodness, I bet there's so much fur under the couch here too. OA says bomber my rollout bed my rollout bed in a bed on the floor, so nothing but dust is under the bed in truth. Oh, bag. Okay, thanks, OA. Rollout bed in a bag and on the floor, so nothing but dust. Okay. Okay, anybody else want to pick a number? Need a number between 1 and 55 and a second number between 1 and 3. Oh, Pushin, you're back. Your question, what would we find if we looked under your bed? Also, is Sandy going live tonight? Oh, it says vacuum seal Amazon mattress. I like them. I don't know what that is. Vacuum seal Amazon mattress. Pushin, what would we find if we looked under your bed? DJ Mixer. Yes, she is. Okay, do you know what time? That's probably getting soon. Josh says under Pushin's bed is probably 17 cats. 12:30 or 1? Okay, so we've got a little bit. Okay, we need another card number. Between 1 and 55, and the second number between 1 and 3. So I'm looking for 2 numbers. For anybody who's tuning in and it's your first time, we're looking for 2 numbers. The first number is between 1 and 55, and the second number is between 1 and 3. Pushin says, get out of my room, Josh. Oh, he says, matches are rolled up in a vacuum and you roll it out. I wish I could take this $ off the screen, guys. We'll never use it. It's blocking. Oh, I can look on my other phone what the comments are. Okay, OA says mattress are rolled up in a vacuum, and you roll it out, it puffs up to 10 or 14 inches thick. Wow. Anybody want to pick a card number? Or do you want to come up on the live stream and talk, or we need numbers, guys. I could pick random cards too. We don't need to pick numbers if people don't want to pick numbers. How about I pick a random card? Oh, goodness. Oh, wait, we're going to go with your number. I picked a random card. And this is what it says. And I think most of you know how it would go if it was me in the elevator. If you found yourself alone in an elevator with your favorite celebrity, how would you strike up a conversation with them? Right now, it would probably be asking them, so what are your connections? How about I just stick that right back in the deck? Okay. And OA says 24 and 1. Do you own a t-shirt with a band on it? Do you own a t-shirt with a band on it? Like a rubber band? Pushin does. Okay, I'm gonna go 55. One. Oh, I stuck the cards back in again. Level says negative. Pushin says I do. Always says I would poot and say I hope we get out soon. Eh? Pushin has many. Always says no. Josh says, doesn't everyone have at least one t-shirt with a band on it? That's what I thought. I thought we should just ask another question, but always says used to have a Pantera shirt, but it got old. Pushin says those are the ones that exes like to take as a souvenir. I heard exes like to take hoodies, but maybe that's a Canadian thing. It would make more sense that that's Canadian, and you guys, your exes take t-shirts. Although I do have a t-shirt, an exes t-shirt. Kyle from South Park going, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Pushin says no, they take those in Texas too. Okay, next question. Who is your favorite comedian? Josh. Josh, your ex really hurt you, eh? We need to do a release ceremony for that because I feel like she really left a stain on you. Dawn dish soap. Oasis, I thought scummy exes took pictures and videos as souvenirs. Okay, who is your favorite comedian? I like Mitch Hedberg. George Carlin, what a great answer. Yes, George Carlin. Always says comedian. Well, for some reason, Roseanne Barr pops in my head. I love me some George Carlin. Roseanne, too. I enjoyed her on the show back in the 80s and 90s. Somebody I enjoy now is Josh Johnson. He basically he makes a new show every week or like every night that he's out doing his stand-up, It's a new show. It's like he's not doing like repeat material, and it's based on the news. So whatever's going on in the news, he talks about it. He's interesting and funny. Dave Chappelle, the first one. Dave Chappelle's funny too. And I like Cat Williams. Oh, he says, I like Roseanne Barr Bomber. She does a podcast on Rumble and YouTube, I think, too. I've not seen her newer stuff for sure. Stephen Wright. I don't know that name, but curious. I'll be looking. She interviews some cool guests, smokes pot, and drinks a bit. It's funny at times. I enjoy Bill Burr. Sometimes he goes a little over the edge, but and then like if you start incorporating their political views and all that shit, that's a whole other ball game. But as far as their humor goes, politics aside, I enjoy Bill Burr's comedy. Oh, Theo Vaughn. How did I miss Theo Vaughn? Theo Vaughn is freaking hilarious if anybody hasn't seen him or listened to him, though I'm sure, like, I'm not sure how anybody could miss him at this point. It's just called Roseanne Podcast. Typos abound. I'm gonna see if I know Stephen Wright's face. Norm Macdonald. Oh, I remember this guy. Jeez, he's 70 years old now. Hmm. I can't remember comedy, but I remember his face. Yeah, he's 70. I do feel like I remember him being funny. Always says I live under a rock. Oh, Mr. Bean. I miss Mr. Bean. And Tim Conway. Let me look him up to see if I can remember a face. Oh yeah, he looks familiar. He looks very familiar. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sleepy. Some great names here, guys. Guys and gals. Yes, I do. Yeah, 70. I know, crazy, a one-liner. Dwarf. I have a really poor memory for names, but I don't forget a face. So it's handy having this other phone here so I can look it up. Oh, I also love Jim Brewer. He's hilarious. And the one skit that he did, trust Fauci. Wait, let me see here what it's called. Trust Dr. Fauci, the musical. The full thing. I wonder if that's how long it is here. Trust Dr. Fauci. It's only showing 1 minute and 30 here, but I know it's longer than that. I thought it was closer to 10 minutes. Oh, is this 8.5 minutes? Maybe it's that. Anyway, it's hilarious. Oh yeah, it is. I think it is that. Anyway, if I could share videos on here, I would play it for you because I think you guys would appreciate it. Some might not. That's okay. Oh, he says Joe Biden, the one in the mask, was a comedian, I guess. Sure seemed like it. Yeah, all of them, it seems, those politicians. There was one in the hearing today. Oh, what did he say? It made me laugh. Oh, he was gonna ask a question because Bondi kept coming back with like slights on the people who are asking questions. They had a name for a black book or something. I can't remember what they called it, but anyways, he had a board with he was holding a board and he said, "Since it's the Olympics, I'm going to give you a score on your response to this." And she didn't humor him in that at all. Pushin says Jim Carrey was Biden. Maybe heard that today. No, no, no. I would no. I, I would recognize Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey wouldn't. I don't know. No, I don't believe it. Because I can recognize Jim Carrey playing any character anywhere. Like uh, he was my favorite actor when I was a kid, and all through, I loved him. Now, when he goes on his rants, like, of course, I haven't heard many of his rants, but the ones I have heard, I think he's really struggling with what's going on there. But I don't know. Maybe he's in on it. Who knows, right? Who knows what's going on? But I like Jim Carrey, and I would like to think that when he left Hollywood, that it was because he just couldn't be around that shit. Mr. Super, hello, good to see you. Always says Jim Brewer's a hoot. Roseanne interviewed him not long ago. Bomber must see. Oh, I would like that. I would like to see Roseanne interviewing Jim Brewer. He's great. Three guys doing the role. I do believe someone was wearing a mask because that was something off big time. That or he just was completely senile or given the MK Ultra and malfunctioning. I felt like elder abuse to me all those years. It really did feel like elder abuse. Links. Oh wait, are you asking me for links? And what links would you like? Good to see you, Mr. Super. How is your day going? Poppy says, time for me to tuck myself in. You young folks have fun and turn the lights off when you get done. See you down the trail. We love you, Poppy. Thanks for coming in. Sleep well. We'll see you real soon. Safe travels. Always says, I have no idea who the men were play him, but the real one is not with us. Yeah, but you could tell that it was him. Like, if you know Jim Carrey, he just has a very distinct face. He does Biden really well, though. Like, extremely well. I wish I could bring pictures up on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna pick a random card. Oh, goodness. I keep reading really dull cards. What is something you've done only once but can't wait to do it again? What is something you've done only once but can't wait to do it again? OA says sex. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one time. I flew a plane once, and it was amazing. I didn't take off or land, but when we were in the air, it was at the time, my best friend's grandfather. He took his hands off the wheel. He said, I can't remember how he said that or how he did that, but he kind of surprised me. He's like, "You're gonna fly?" And I was like, "Oh no." He goes, "Well, somebody better, because I'm not." And his arms were folded, and I grabbed the wheel. I don't even know if that's what you call it in a plane. And I was flying the plane. It was really cool. I think I was maybe 9 or 10 years old. 9 or 10 flying a plane. Can you imagine? It was really cool. I'd like to fly a plane again. Always says, LOL, I know, I ain't right. Push-In says, Bomber is awesome. Oh, goodness. Push-In, I feel like a big bag of crap today. Like a bag of used friggin' I don't know what. I'm very drained today. I don't feel awesome, so thank you for that comment. It's very sweet. You said you almost went out of body last night? Or is that the time that you were telling us about? Always says, oh, plane fly is on my bucket list. I want a bush plane, still plane, short takeoff and landing, still aircraft. Oh, that was the answer to the question. I got you. Okay. I can't wait to hear, but when you do do it. Or any of the interesting stuff that's going to happen in your dreams. Because we do so much in our sleep. People think we're resting, our body is resting. But our spirits, our consciousness is doing all kinds of stuff. Josh says, I went parasailing once. That was pretty fun. That sounds really fun. I'd love to do that. My uncle used to do that. He'd go all over the place and just jump off a cliff. Parasailing, of course. He also jumped in front of a train with, yeah, so there's that. But he was a really cool uncle. Very into adventures. What decade had the best music? Yeah, a train away. He did. Owe says the 90s. Pushin says the 80s. Josh says 60s or 70s. I'm going to go back even further. And I can't say one decade, though. But 40s, 50s, 60s. I like old music. What should everyone try at least once? Yeah, 10 years is too short. OA says 95 to 05. I think anything after 05, that's it. That's a good point there. To me anyways, anything after 05 it seems like trash. There's some gems, there's definitely some good music hidden away, but it's like finding a needle in a haystack. What should everyone try at least once? Pushin agrees with that. That music after '05 is trash. I think that's what you mean by that. What should everyone try at least once? And I'm going to say jumping into cold water. Astro says, hey, everyone. Hi, Bomber. Sorry if I don't respond. I'm driving home from work. Well, thanks for tuning in and listening. We're low energy tonight, all of us. So it's a quiet stream, but we're playing our game. And I'm just picking random cards out. Hope you had a good day. Are you also feeling drained like the rest of us? We need a battery charger. Hook us up to a battery charger. The question is, what should everyone try at least once? Oh, and before we move on, Astral, what decade or decades were the best music? Oasis driving fast cars on the 13-mile long Nürburgring. Nürburgring is a racetrack in Nürburg, Rhineland-Palatinate, Germany. That sounds fun. Pushin says, I used to dive headfirst into the lake every time off the boat, even in December or January. Yes. So you agree with that answer then, to jump into cold water? Josh says, authentic Indian food. I agree. That's really good. Astro says 90s music and a little early 2000s until YouTube started ruining things. Yeah. Hi. Do you need to come up here? Come on up. Come on. Watch the charger. Charging cord. Do you want to come here? You're tied up to the charging cord, Bummy. Do you want to snuggle in? Oh, bear. Oh, hi. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come on. Squish in here. Squish in. My babies. Oh. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Always says, pushing. Yeah, vets are cool. I got a few fast old cars, 1988 Supra Turbo and a Coupe 1991 Black Jaguar XJS V12. It's being built into a modified street track attack car. Very cool. Okay, I got a question here, guys. If you were a talk show host, who would be your dream guest? If you were a talk show host, who would be your dream guest? Oh, it says, I like old cheap junk. DIY cost a bit, but one can be poor and have cool junk. Oh, wait, you would like this channel my brother showed me. I'm gonna find it. So that'll be in our media links. Where do I find our links? View media links. I can't find it there. I'm gonna hunt back. Scroll back in our comments. Here we go. What's the channel name? Vice Grip Garage. OA. Vice Grip Garage. I'll type that in the chat. Actually, I'll go find his channel. Vice Grip Garage. Okay, there. I just sent you a link. He lives an hour from you? Oh my gosh. Have you ever met him? He's so funny. He's like the Bob Ross of mechanics. That's a good video, the one that I just sent you. Always has a purring cat on YouTube, Bomber. I hear it. And on my lap, my new kitten is purring. Oh, you have a new kitten. Is it a boy or a girl? And what did you name them? What's their story? Where did you find your kitty, or how did your kitty find their way to you? Pushin, I think you would appreciate his humor, but I think even like the stuff that he does, I feel like you would like it. He just goes around and he buys old junk cars that are laying on the side of the road or in people's backyards and on properties, and then he fixes them up and drives them away. Pushin, really? I'm a nobody. Very nice of you to say, though. Thank you. And I would come on. I would be super shy, but I would come on. I think my dream guest would be Steve Irwin. Or Theo Von. If Steve Irwin wasn't available, which current time he's unavailable, but if we could go back in time. I don't, but I might. So let me look the name up because I never forget a face. First, I'll look up. That name is familiar. Okay. Rachel Reenstra. Rachel Reenstra. She's a comedian and an actress. She's... Where would I know her from? Wildlife conservationist. Okay, that's making it an actress. I don't know her. I just clicked on one of her videos, so it's in my search history, and then I can find it later. I've probably heard her. She does look familiar. Okay, let's pick another card. For anybody who else did not answer. OA says the cat was a stray. I caught it when a big Tom was after it. Saved it from being ended. It's a gray striped tabby male named Claus. I love that. Love, love, love. That's awesome, OA. Thank you for saving your kitty. He will thank you for the rest of his life. As they do. Potion says she used to go on to Dan's show. She hosted an animal show on NBC or ABC for CBS. That's likely where I would know her from. An animal show. Potion says she's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, OA gets the trophies for saving a kitty. How old would you say that he is, OA? Claus. Claus, like Inspector Gadget. Dr. Claw? Was it Dr. Claw? Or Mr. Claw? What was the... Let's look. It was Dr. Claw. No, wait a minute. What? Oh, it just changed my question. Yeah, Dr. Claw. What was the cat's name, though? Cat on Inspector Gadget. Mad Cat, that's right. That's right. MAD. And what did that stand for? Hmm. Mad Cat. Inspector Gadget. Malevolent Agency of Destruction. Oh, that's wonderful. Mad Cat. Malevolent Agency of Destruction. That's Dr. Claw's cat. um, Mr. Super says I didn't answer, just woke up. Many things to do. He says I like Rachel. She's cool as fuck. OA says, yeah, I got 5 meow. I never thought I'd be a crazy cat man. 5 months old, I guess, half grown. Dr. Claw. Yeah, I'll get you next time, Gadget. Garfield cartoon. Party boob in reverse. Okay, Sandy said about 40 minutes ago that she'll be going live in about an hour. So it looks like we've got about 20 minutes left. Level says, fuck my job is wanna. I don't know what that means, Level. In what ways are you a little old-fashioned? Oh, you said, fuck my job, I wanna. And then I don't know what the meaning of the symbols are. Yeah, it might be a phrase Level, but I don't understand with the typos. I don't understand what you're saying. So I was just asking for clarity. You can settle the fuck down, though. In what ways are you a little old-fashioned? Push it. I'm quite handsome, I guess, he says. Is that the way that you're a little old-fashioned? Mr. Super agrees. Mr. Super, um are you also quite handsome? Is that your little bit old-fashioned ways? Oh, you're charming. You're charming. I like that word, charming. In what ways am I a little old-fashioned? I would say, I knit and sew. I only eat what I've cooked. Level, that's up to you to change because, like, nobody's happy right now, so it's not you're not sitting in a pile of happy people right now. You think you are because we're coming together and um, connecting our hearts to love. Everybody's dealing with depression and anxiety and all the other shit, grief. So, but we're not taking it out on each other. That's the difference, right? Just because you're not happy doesn't mean you have to take that out on people or be rude to people. Yeah, because of how rude you were. You can be unhappy and also not take that out on people around you. That's your choice, right? Pushing says, yeah, I've been copying Mr. Super Sidewinder for years, to be honest. No, it's the attitude level. Go back and read your comments. Like and the way you spoke the other day, like just, I get it. Life is tough. You don't need to take it out on people. It's the condescending, No, there's no need for being condescending. You said, oh my God, it's a phrase, Jesus. Then you said, whatever. I think I'll just not be here. Okay, like, it's not an airport. Flat Sixer, hello, hello. Welcome. He said, another charming, handsome man checking in. Attaboy. Level says, that's the thing. Okay, he said that. I read that. Pushing says, Flat Sixer, hey, handsome. Flat Sixer, hey, beautiful. Oh, you guys are great. Level says, exactly my point. And you don't like what? Let me look here. You said exactly my point, and so like you, so I'll just leave. I'll never be happy, and I can't pretend like I am. You don't need to pretend that you can do whatever. That's your choice. Mr. Super says coffee is up. Oh, I had decaf today because I woke up so late. And it's definitely not the same, is it? Good to see you, Flat Six, Sarah. I don't remember what the question is. Let me look here. Oh, in what ways are you a little old-fashioned? I'm actually quite old-fashioned. In some ways. I sew and knit, and instead of replacing something, I'll mend it. I only eat what I cook myself. I like to make a lot, like all my food is homemade, so I don't eat processed, very limited processed stuff. Yeah, you are level. Actually, you're exactly the person who's separating people based on their level of happiness. You said I can never fit in because I choose to say I want to die. No, you can totally. You're here. You can be real and be honest. But can you leave the condescending that aspect of it behind, maybe? Like people in here are also depressed and also unhappy. And you don't hear them being condescending or putting words in my mouth. I would bet that there's probably over 95% of the people on my channel are suffering from depression, PTSD, anxiety, grief, and the list goes on. Okay, Pushin, we'll see you over there when we get there. We'll get there soon. No, level, that's why would I pretend you're dead? Like that doesn't even make sense. Take a breather and collect yourself. Take a breather and remind yourself that you're safe right now. Mr. Super says, I like old-fashioned women, cooking, and music. The commune is going to be great, I'll say. For says, true, I know I am. I try not to be. Seems to be a part of life now, right? OA says, I just got back. I had to get dinner. I did overhear a bit. I suggest Jesus, not the infiltrated church, but real one. Josh says, I'm old-fashioned in dating, opening the car door, bringing flowers to a date. I even asked my ex-wife's parents for their blessing before I proposed to her. That's sweet. I think old-fashioned ways are highly underrated. Oh, why are we fighting? Hey, gather yourselves. We're not a hating family. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on. Hey, come on. We're not a hitting family. These girls are slapping each other over here. You hear that? Yeah. Come on now. Huh. Always says level. I send hugs for whatever it is. I missed it all, but I digress. Yeah, that's what you're going to get here, level. You're going to get love and acceptance here. Just, you know, I only have one rule is don't be a dickbag. That's all. Literally one rule. And I'm not calling you one. I'm saying that's my rule in here. But when you start inching closer towards that, like it's just leave that at the door. Come in and be yourself. Always says I'm old fashioned like that too. I think people don't realize how much like the old fashioned ways are appreciated. Always says I'm a dork face close to a dick bag. You're a dork face close to a dick bag. Oh, okay. I've seen you years ago. You had moments. You had your moments. We all have, right? We all have had our moments of being a dick bag. I know I have, but I won't try not to bring that to other people. Anyway, let's get another question. Okay, here's a good one to close off before we go to Sandy's. What historical figure could do a lot of good in the present moment? What historical figure could do a lot of good in the present moment? Oh, Sandy's not live. I just looked to see again, and then she's not live. What historical figure could do a lot of good in the present moment? OA says, 3 or 4 years ago, I was in hell with Dad. Sorry. This jumped. Sorry. 3 or 4 years ago, I was in hell with Dad. He was very sick. If you only knew the PTSD. Oh, I've got my own OA. So I can empathize with you, though I'll never know what you actually went through, but I can empathize with you. As many here can. Did he recover or did he pass from that, what he was dealing with? Josh says, Sandy will probably be a few. She doesn't even have the StreamYard up yet. Okay. OA says Jesus, of course, but I'd say a normal person, if saying a normal person, I would say General George Patton. He's still here doing better, not great, but better. Do you live with him, OA? Are you still caring for him? Well, I'm glad he's doing better. Is he going to recover? Okay. OA says, yeah, he just old and got issues. Yeah. Racking my brain. I don't know, like with the level of shit that we've got going on, I think Jesus would be probably the best answer for that. Although I'm sure there's Jesus was a man, so I'm sure there's lots of good people out there that we would benefit having back here. I'm gonna go back to Steve Irwin. I think the world is less of a place without him. Well, do we do another card? I don't know if maybe people are just listening in while they're doing other things. I'm going to drop Sandy's link in the chat for anybody who doesn't know her show. Maybe it interests you, maybe it doesn't. Flat Sixer says, I don't think there's any one person who could make a massive difference right now. The wheels seem to be set in motion. Yeah, we need a team, right? Like, we need a team to rally and, I don't know, everything just runs so deep. Mr. Super says, "I'm all caught up. I wanna play now." What are you all caught up with? What did you catch up with? Always says, "Yeah, eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. I fasted half-assed yesterday, so a bit hungry." What are you eating, OA? Are you, do you break with fats and proteins? Or do you break with veggies? Are you mindful of that? Flat Sixer says, "A representative committee of ascended masters." Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. To just come in and say, "Okay, you're relieved of your position. Everybody in power right now, you can step down. Your services will no longer be required. We've got this." Mr. Super says, "I ate, cleaned, and made coffee." And you emailed me. You're so productive today, Mr. Super. I didn't have such a productive day. Well, I did clean and I did eat, and I made decaf coffee. um, so I suppose I was semi-productive. There's certain things that I make sure to do every day, like part of the routines, right? The morning and nighttime routines, the litter box, doing a tidy, making sure my sink is clean. Oh, he says I just am eating sharp cheddar cheese, peppers, and ground beef taco style with avocado. That sounds really good. You know what I did the other day? Because I'm pretty much getting close to being out of food, but I was really hungry. And so I took a can of Heinz beans, which, from my understanding, I think it's not as popular in the States. It's a British thing, and they're really big in Canada too. But anyways, I mashed them up and added um, added garlic, onion, and I can't remember what else. That might that might be all I added. I think that's all I had. Anyways, I put that in a pot and I cooked it up and added taco seasoning and some cumin, and then I made tacos out of that, out of a can of beans, because I have no meat. It's the first time I ever had what I guess you would call it vegetarian. There was no meat in it, and it was pretty good. So if ever anybody's on a shoestring budget, or if you just need to get something into you and can't get to a grocery store, bean tacos was delicious. It would have been better with meat. I'm a meat eater, but meat's expensive right now. You are a whirlwind, Mr. Super. That'll be great at the commune. OA says, "And a few blueberries." Oh, I could live on blueberries. And raspberries. Mm-mm-mm. So good. Well, there's chaos happening here. Mike in the studio says so many jokes there. Do it. Do it. Here's one. What sport do you suspect you'd be really good at if you tried? Oh, Mr. Super says, I ate vegetarian for a few years. Now I'm 40 pounds underweight. Yeah, I don't know what you can do to come back from that. But go online and see about reversing the complications of being vegetarian. Health issues that come up from being vegetarian. What sport do you suspect you'd be really good at if you tried? And OA says, sport of sleeping. Yeah, I think we'd all be really good at that if we tried. Mike says, the meatless taco. Mr. Super says, tennis. I could have been a pro. I think when I watch tennis, I imagine there's something about the sound of the tennis ball hitting the racket. And when it hits the ground, there's something about that that's really like, I don't know, it does something to me. It would be very satisfying to be a tennis player, I think, and hear that sound all the time. I'm not sure how well we used to play when we were kids, but I don't think I was great. Oh, I just had a cat jump on me. Hi, what's up? Oh, heavy cat. What do you need, buddy? Oh, okay. Nothing. Just checking in. Let you know I'm still here. Not that we ever stopped hearing or playing. Josh says paper football. What's paper football? I've never heard of that before. Paper football. Oh, wait, it says I was okay at volleyball. I play like 3 times and was goodish, so yeah, I was decent at volleyball. What sport do you suspect you'd be really good at if you tried? Well, besides hockey, I already know that, but um, wouldn't we all be good at any sport that we tried at, though? Like if we really gave it an effort and time? Like committed to it? Oh, it says that's it. Paper football. I like it. I like that. OA says folded paper triangle football, and you flip it. Friend makes a field goal with hands. Oh, I think I've seen people play that. We're not really a football kind of country up here, but I've seen that. Okay, let's do the next question. Okay. Do you say something or keep quiet if someone cuts in front of you at the grocery store? Flat Sixer says, I loved paper football. OA says, I hate football. Hockey is cool. Old games violent. BS. Violent bullshit. Wild to watch. Yeah. Back before they cut out. Well, they didn't cut all the fighting out, but definitely took it more, reined it in. Flat Sixer says, I was pretty good at football back in the day. I think I've played football twice in my life. And I didn't know the rules. So there was that. Always says, depends how big they are and who is with them. Yeah, and who it is too. And if they've got protectors on their team, like Gretzky always had his people around him. Oh, you were answering the last question, not the hockey one. Sorry, my mind went to hockey. Do you say something or keep quiet if someone cuts in front of you at the grocery store? And OA says, depends how big they are and who is with them. OA says, yep, Granny gets a pass jumping in front. I think so too. Old Granny, she's got places to go, people to cook for, and running out of time to do it. So I agree with old Granny gets a pass. Flat Sixer says, depends. If it's a person who's obvious and needs patience, then I'll help them. If they're just being rude, I'm probably saying something. That's a good answer. OA says jumping. Josh says hockey is my favorite sport. Flat Sixer says exactly. Josh, do you like road hockey or like real hockey? Not that road hockey is not real hockey, but like I know you guys call it ice hockey. We just call it hockey. But do you prefer street hockey or on the ice? Mike says, say thanks and pass gases teach. I'm a lesson not to cut. I'm not. I think a typo missed that, or I missed based on a typo. I think you're typing the way my brain's working right now. Say thanks and pass. Gases teach. I'm a lesson not to cut. Oh, teach. Oh, you're saying pass gas and teach them a lesson not to cut. Oh, Mike. Josh, as I usually will say something. Flat Sixer, I thought maybe you meant oblivious. So let's reread what Flat Sixer said. Depends. If it's a person who's oblivious and needs patience, then I'll help them. If they're just being rude, I'm probably saying something. Oh, wait. Says, I only seen ice hockey. You guys don't have kids that playing in the streets? Always says our local team is Ice Bears is all I know. Josh says, I never played street hockey, but I think it would be fun. It's a big thing here. Well, I don't know anymore. It seems like since COVID, nobody does anything anywhere. But not too long ago, it was always a thing. Street hockey is just the kids pull their rinks out, not their rinks, their nets, sorry, and they drag the net out onto the road, and hockey's being played in the streets. And then when a car is coming, we would yell, "Car!" and grab the net, move it, let the car pass, and move it back, and continue on with the game. You guys don't have that? That might be a Canadian thing. Oh, I used to like playing softball. I was on a team. I was not very good. It was fun though. Oh, level, let's see. He says, I'm a dickbag for saying it's a phrase, Jesus, and now that means I'm condescending and just a huge jerk for not wanting people to treat me like they're better than me all the time. Holy, I should die. You're putting a lot of words in my mouth there, level, and I don't appreciate it. So I know you're not understanding what I'm saying, but I would really appreciate it if you don't put words in my mouth. You're misunderstanding it. I clearly said, if you go back, I said, you're not a dickbag. That's not what I was saying. I said, the only rule on my channel is to not be a dickbag. It's the only rule. And I said, you were inching towards that with being condescending. That's what I said earlier. And you can rewind and check for yourself. That's what I said to you. Yeah, you did just now. You did just now. That, or you're just calling yourself names and making it sound like I said that. Either way, I don't know. I don't know. Je ne sais quoi. OA says no kid play hockey in street. Stupid football, baseball, softball. OA says Canada A, northern thing. Josh says, did you yell game on after the car passed like in Wayne's World? Yeah. Yep. Level says, I didn't put words in your mouth at all. You're the one that's playing history writer because you get the final say, I guess. Look in the mirror once in a while. Getting close. Getting pretty close. Okay, Level, it's not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. You can stay or you can go. I don't know if you want a big going away party about it. I don't know what you're looking for. If you want us to beg you to stay, I'm really not sure what you need right now. Only you know what you need. Moving on. Josh. Josh says, Sandy said starting in 15 minutes, so that means about 30 to 40 minutes realistically. Excuse me. Oh, Mike in the studio, you're welcome to anytime. But I get it if you're at work. Flat sixer. Josh, no, I won't tell her you said that. She might be listening and see that. Let's find a question here. Oh, what's this? This card was flipped over. What do you most fear about getting old? Thank you, Mr. Super. Can't see me, but that made me smile. Thank you. I think you're wonderful. Always says, well, Bomber, I gotta run. Tired. If you got a PayPal, add a link in description and or chat sometime. Thanks, Owe. Kind of you. I don't know that I'll ever add a link. I don't know. Like I don't know how if I did that, I don't know. I'd have to find a way to do that. And still, geez, I don't know. I'll think about it. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for coming in. You come in anytime. You're everybody here and who's not here. You're all welcome here. Mr. Super. Yeah. He says that. Flat Sixer says, I fear becoming invisible and irrelevant. Yeah, I feel like that's there's a lot of moments in my life that I'm experiencing that. Because I don't know about you guys, but my go-to is to isolate when I'm not feeling well or I'm down, which I'm trying to break out of. Well, I'm doing that by doing the live streams. But I definitely am still isolating when I'm not well. And right now, I've been sick for 2 months, so it's been a rough 2 months. It makes me feel invisible. I'll say that. You guys don't, though. I feel like when we have these chats, it's nice that we all get together. Oasis tip jar, why not? It's nice, thank you. I'll consider it. I don't know how I would go about this, but Oasis, you just drop the email attached to your, the PayPal email attached to your PayPal in chat. That's what the other YouTubers do. It's got my name on it. That's the only thing. It's got my real name on it. Okay, thanks for coming in, Owe. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your evening. What did I do with the card? Shit, guys, I lost the card. I don't remember what the question was. What did we do with it? Does anybody remember what the question is? Oh dear. Did I just stick it back in the deck like all willy-nilly? Oh, someone thinks her name is willy-nilly? I just liked hearing that. What? What? Are you being all willy-nilly? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All willy-nilly like that, eh? My cat likes that. Yeah, all willy-nilly. Because I see to my silly, fuzzy buddy, eh? That's my ducky. Do you hear her? She liked that. You just being all cute, all willy-nilly about it? All willy-nilly cute? Yeah. You like that? She's so funny, the things that she likes, and gets her stimulated like this. Well, what do you think? Do you want to lay down right there? Oh, want to get up and play with all the things. Oh, okay, perfect. That's the card I have here, but I wasn't sure if that was the card. Oh wait, I'm not sure how I would change that. I don't know how to change it, but I'll see what I can figure out if there's a way that I can do something. What do you fear most about getting old? For me, it's running out of time. Because I want to do all the things. Oh yeah, Josh. Having to be dependent on someone else in old... Oh, cut off the words. Hang on a second. I'll check the other phone. Having to be dependent on someone else in old age is probably mine, yeah. Yes, 100%. Yeah. I don't want to be dependent on anybody for anything. Not to see me through the day. You know what I mean? Like, not that kind of stuff. It's different with, friends and relationships where you become kind of dependent on each other for different things. Different aspects of your connection, right? But to become dependent on somebody to do basic things like getting dressed and using the bathroom, showering, that kind of stuff. Like, oof. No. I can't do it, Captain. I just can't do it, Captain. Great answers. Yeah. It's a huge concern. And yet, the people who do that job, that's their job, like that's what they do, right? I think I'd be too stubborn to hire somebody for that help. Especially, it's the younger generation that's going to be looking after us. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm a little concerned. Like, the youngest ones right now are very clever. And hopefully it's them that are the ones that are looking after us. But the last few generations after us, like, I don't know, the ones who were raised on technology, the COVID babies are insanely intelligent. It's almost like the kids before that, I don't know, maybe because of how dark and heavy everything is, they just they don't have any hope themselves. Like inside of them, they don't feel it. So I don't know what it is, but it's like they're all just walking around depressed and done with everything, which I get it. I get it. There's there's teachers, they made a video, I don't know what it was called, teachers and principals, and they're talking about things they're going through with their students. It's really disheartening. Get it? You get it? Get it, Bubba? Flat Sixer says, I used to be a distance runner. I was injured when I fell off a cliff during an ice storm, which put me in a wheelchair for a few months. I'm not strong enough to live like that. I feel the same way, Flat Sixer. That takes huge strength. And I'm sorry that you went through that. That's pretty soul testing, right? To be in a wheelchair for a few months. I just can't imagine. I've told my family, like, if I ever lose my legs or my arms, I'm done. Like, just so we're all on the same page. I can't do it. Plastic Sixer said, I had surgery that eventually helped me get back to long distance hiking, not running. Well, running's not great on the knees anyways, right? And there's a lot of you get more benefit out of the hiking than the running. We were always taught to run growing up, but new studies show that running is actually really hard on the joints and on your knees. Allegedly, I don't know anything. I'm just regurgitating stuff I've heard. Josh says, "Damn, Flat Six, that would suck. I couldn't do that for long." Same here. Same. Mike says, "My grandson is 2 weeks old today, and he's feeding himself. If you give him a bottle." See, the new babies are something else. They're just unbelievable. I mean, 2 weeks old. They're unbelievable. Flat Sixer, I'm glad that you were able to get back to hiking, because that's huge. If you hadn't have been able to go back hiking, for someone who loves to be out, that's like when I think about winter, how I can't get in the woods, it's just devastating. I mean, there's a lot worse that goes on in the world. But for my mental health, it's devastating. He said, I was always training for a 50 miler or 100 miler. I punished my body. I live in the Daniel Boone National Forest. The outdoors keeps me sane. Yeah. I think a lot of people on this channel feel the same way, Flat Sixer. Especially when my channel first started. It was all outdoor enthusiasts. And a lot of people um, who are disabled and unable to get to the forest. I was getting lots of comments about that. People who were unable to get out, and my earlier videos, I was too shy to say anything. Um, I would record my walks out of the woods at night, and people would tell me, "It feels like I'm walking in the woods again, and I haven't been in the woods in however many years," and that made me feel really good. I was glad to be able to bring that to people. But then it made me think too, one day that's gonna be me. It's gonna be us. Flat Sixer says, "Plus I married my therapist." Yeah, that never hurts. Well, I can't say it never hurts. I don't know. I don't know. If I would imagine that's a good thing, but I imagine that that's also bittersweet and comes with some complications. I hope it's working out in your favor, though. Both of yours. Oh, she's a child psychologist. But very good with you too. That's great. That's awesome. It's interesting. It's filtering my comments because I'm looking at the old phone to read my comments. You said I had an old friend who took his own life after an injury that prevented him from running anymore. Whew. Sorry to hear that, Flat Sixer. It might be good for all of us to find things in our lives that bring us purpose and joy outside of the outdoors. Not saying to not go outdoors. That's definitely keep going outdoors. Just to find things can that we can also get joy and um, feed the soul with. Nothing compares to being outside. And maybe by the time we're that age, they'll have realistic virtual reality type stuff that we can participate in. I mean, there's even like it wouldn't replace the adrenaline or the dopamine or whatever good chemicals we get from that from the exercise of it. I guess we just do it while we can. Flat Sixer says I'm actually working on my license too. Oh, that's really cool. That's awesome. Are you going to be a child psychologist? Flat Sixer says I have 5 degrees, mostly in STEM and business, but I have a minor in psychology. So I got into a master's of clinical mental health counseling program a couple years back, working on my hours now. Wow, interesting. And Flat Sixer, you're not yapping. That's what this is for, right? Chat, 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 chitty chat. This is what it's for. People getting to know each other better. You're doing it. You're doing all the things. Well, I'm really proud of you. That's awesome. There's a lot going on in that paragraph. I'm going to read it again. I have 5 degrees, mostly in STEM and business, but I have a minor in psychology. So I got into a master's of clinical mental health counseling program a couple years back. Amazing. Not children, I want to work with adults, trauma, EMDR, and existential therapy. I think I would love to do that kind of work if my brain could retain the information. Have you ever looked into TTR, trauma and tension release exercises? It's probably TTRE, trauma and tension relief exercise. It's Dr. Berselli, I believe his name is. I think you would be. I think you would enjoy it. Like you would appreciate it. Follow along with his videos. It's really great stuff. Viktor Frankl. That name is familiar. Um, what does Viktor Frankl do? Yeah, I get that, what you're saying there. There's so many theories and frameworks out there, I can't store them all. There's so many. Like tapping. Tapping is really good. And but the tension and trauma release exercises, it's shaking basically is what it is. But people are healing from all kinds of things, including fibromyalgia with that, because we store everything in the body. And also, are you familiar with fascia? I'm sure you are. I have a feeling that everything is stored in the fascia, like our trauma and grief and all kinds of all that stuff. Josh says, "Be right back. I gotta find my boss and tell him I'm ready to go home." Take this job and shove. I ain't working here no more. Tell him, Josh. Sing it. Flat Sixer says, "You would be amazing at it. You have a gift, if not as a licensed therapist, then someplace else in the healing arts." Oh, thanks, Flat Sixer. I would love that. I would love to work in the healing arts somehow. I gotta heal myself first, I guess, so I can. I wouldn't even know where to start. And then, can our brains heal? I'm scared to even look that up. I'm scared to look it up. Not afraid of much in life. Pretty much nothing but spiders and clowns and balloons and dolls. um, and the dark, pitch dark. I'm scared to look up if we can heal our brains. Viktor Frankl lived through the Holocaust. He wrote Man's Search for Meaning. Okay, that must be why his name is familiar. Because I've gone down lots of rabbit holes for the Holocaust. Pretty dark stuff. Was he participating? Was he one of the scientists that Hitler had? I'm gonna screenshot so I can remember to look it up. I'm gonna look up his work. Here's one. Oh, yes, yes, we are, David. We're gonna carpool over, actually. I've got the link lined up and ready here in my old phone. Viktor Frankl was a survivor of the Holocaust. Okay. Okay, okay. What's going on over there? My cats are so silly. Oh, God love them. Victor lost his entire family, but he still managed to find meaning in his face of that loss. Oh, if uh, I wonder if I watched a documentary on him. His name is very familiar. I'm gonna look and see his face. Viktor Frank. Yep, his face is familiar. Hi, what do you need? Do you need belly rubs? Oh, Bear, what's going on? Did she get you? She caught you? She's in the road. She's blocking your food. Go tell her. There, she's down. Go on. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. He passed away in Austria in 97. Austrian neurologist, psychiatrist, philosopher, and Holocaust survivor who founded logotherapy. What's logotherapy? A school of psychotherapy that, let's click, describes a search for life's meaning as the central human motivational force, part of existential and humanistic psychology theories. Well, I don't know what I've seen on him, or maybe he was just mentioned in something I was watching or listening to. Okay, what are we doing here? No, no, you have toys. My hair clips are not toys. No, I'm moving it. You can't chew that. It's plastic. What if it broke off? You're gonna hurt yourself, Bubby. You can't chew that. Okay, in the chat, Victor lost his entire family, but he's still not. Okay, I read that. In the face of, yes. In the face of that loss. David says another someone to look into is John Trudell Bomber. I listen to him a lot on YouTube. He's a native dude who was at the Wounded Knee shoot off in the 70s. John Trudell talks about healing our consciousness from all the programming. Oh, that's right up my freaking alley. So I'm going to take a screenshot here. Now, if I can remember to go back to my screenshots. Sorry for the noise, guys. Between me moving the phone and my audio is not that great to begin with, I don't think. And the cats running around. Although they seem to have calmed down right now. Logotherapy is existential therapy. Okay. Okay, yes, thank you, David. And thank you, Flat Sixer. These are great names to look into. Viktor Frankl book is The Depth of the Human Soul. He talks about the degrading of the human soul and what a human goes through. Oh gosh, this seems like something we all need, doesn't it? Wonderful, wonderful. Great shares, guys. Have you guys heard of Jesse Wells or Hellswells? I think his YouTube is Hellswells. I'm looking at here, and his name is Jesse Wells, Wells, and Jesse is Jesse. He's great. I think some of there's not a lot of new music that I like. He's very talented. John Trudell a lot. The moment he sees the bird while working at the camp. Oh, let me go back to our chat. Blood Sixer says, everything can be taken from a person but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. Yes. Yes, yes. So true. And from one moment to the next, like every moment, we have a choice and a chance to change our attitude and change our behavior and our thoughts. We can change that from one moment to the next. You can be feeling a certain way about something and change it around. We all have that ability, but humans get caught in the addiction of the negative loops, thought pattern loops. Anyways, if I were more rested, I could talk about that easier and deeper. Mr. Super says Jesse is awesome. He is, isn't he? Isn't he wonderful? David says Viktor Frankl talks about he regained becoming human. I think he probably talks about what he regained becoming human. Yeah, I imagine everybody in here would appreciate Jesse Wells. He's very clever. Oh, goodness, these two. They lie right beside each other and then they fight. But they don't stop lying right beside each other. What are you doing? Do we have to fight? Come on, look. Look at her. She's just a ducky. Oh, okay. She rethought it and decided they were done. Is there a Logan here? Who's Logan? Is somebody's real name Logan? Flat Sixer says, even in a death camp, he could still choose to experience love in the memory of his wife. Yeah, that's beautiful. I think this is really important information for anybody out there who's suffering and can't seem to step out of the suffering, because the suffering is still going to happen, but we get to choose our how we feel about not so much. How can I word that? Like we can make it so it's more suffering or less suffering. Just based on our perspective and perceptions and thoughts and beliefs. It becomes our reality. Oh, of course. I'm a tool. David, aka Logan Freeman. Thanks, Mr. Super. Sorry, David. Well, shall we pick another card? If you went back in time, how would you prove you were from the future? If you went back in time, how would you prove you were from the future? And let's consider that we don't have our phones with us. If we go back in time, we do not have our cell phones with us. To spice up this question. If you went back in time, how would you prove you were from the future? And no cell phones. We forgot them when we left. Mr. Super, speaking of Bic lighter. Yes. I just used mine. Okay, Marty McFly. Let's see what this is about. Hello?
Hello. This is me, Forge.
How are you, Forge?
Good. I wanted to answer the question, and then I'm probably gonna hop off after that.
Okay, which one? This one?
The time travel one.
Perfect. If you went back in time, how would you prove you were from the future?
Okay, I think how would I prove it? I would probably just want to, say some historical events that are gonna happen. I think it would be probably hard to prove because uh I think there probably would be some type of like butterfly effect that could happen where, you could say something and then it can maybe affect the past. I've seen that before where you tell somebody something and then they will do the exact opposite. So that can happen with events where you warn somebody about an event and then just you doing that act of talking about that thing can either make it happen more or cause it to not happen at all.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it could be hard. And then even when it comes to the proof, who are you proving it to and how many times do you need to prove it? Because literally most of the time when it comes to information like that, there are people who have been put in places of everywhere in order to just do like this information what is that word called where they just like gather information like intel gathering thing where it's just like okay, most of the people don't care, and most of the time, especially if you sound crazy, most of the time when you're onto something, it's always those who are trying to hide that thing that will be more have their ear open to who's saying what, and then they will try to like just discredit you. So you could be showing all the proof and all the evidence and they're like, okay, that's where the proof is at, that's where they acknowledge the evidence, now we need to discredit that.
Hmm. It's an interesting concept because the book I'm reading right now it's about that. Like it's fiction, but she goes through the rocks and goes to 17, I believe 1740 or somewhere around that time, and she's coming from the 60s, 1960s. So, like she's going back with all the information from the future, and they're trying to stop a war with the Highlanders, and to stop Prince Stuart from taking the throne, because the war that they go through in the future timeline, looking back, the Highlanders all lost their lives, they lost the clans, and they're trying to prevent that. So it's interesting to contemplate it while also being in the middle. Like I'm the second book in right now in the series, but it's still happening. And yeah, I've seen her go through a lot of things that she's brought from the future. Oh, there's an echo there.
Sorry, my bad.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things that she's brought from the future to the past, as far as knowledge goes. But there is something she's trying to also make sure that something does happen, that is trying to be stopped. That's not the war. So I don't want to give information out, because if somebody's going to read the books, I don't want to, whatever that word is, spoiler alert.
I think
But
that's a very cool, interesting premise. I'm actually working like the animation I told you about. I am working on a story, and it kind of does have to do with like a compare and contrast to the past as in compared to the future, and how there's basically the same thing playing out just in different ways. And
yeah,
yeah, and it was gonna involve some time travel type of thing, and just yeah, the Mandela effect obviously is gonna be a part of it, but yeah, it's a lot to talk about. I don't really like talking. I rather one thing I learned in this whole thing is it's better just to do and to create.
yeah. Oh, you cut out there, the mind.
I'm just saying for sorry, I was saying actions speak louder than words. It's not bad to talk, but I think for me specifically, I'm a talker and I need to be more of a doer. And I think for one thing I realized, whenever we get given a task, we like to throw that task or that thing onto everybody else because we were like are supposed to be a certain way, and then we expect others to be that way too. And it's kind of like, okay, look, we're all in different seasons. We're all meant to learn different things at different times, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's a good
I
point.
might,
Very
yeah, okay,
insightful.
that's it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna let you finish talking. I don't want to
Thanks for
talk
coming
too
on.
much.
That was great insight there.
Okay, bye.
That's awesome. If anybody else wants to come on and answer that, you're very welcome to. Link is pinned at the top. And the question again is, if you went back in time, how would you prove you were from the future? I'm not sure what I would do. There's some different healing modalities that you could put into practice, but then depending on how far back you went, they might accuse you of being a witch, like they did with the character in the book. And Forge, if you're interested, the book Outlander is the series that I'm reading, and Outlander is the first book. Excuse me, I think there's 9 or 10 books in the series. There might be more. I'm only on book 2. Oh shoot, I forgot to call the library. Is today? Yep, it's Thursday today. I screwed up. My book was due today. Oh no, it's due tomorrow, I think. And I had to call in today to renew with Shauna so that she would actually renew it. Because the other ones, I might have to bring it back. Anyways, inside, my mind is coming out. Speaking my thoughts. So anyways, what were we saying? Going back in time. How would you prove you were from the future? I don't know. It's a really good question. With the war coming up in the book, the character decides just in case they fail their mission and the war happens, she tells them all that she doesn't tell them that she's from the future. Her husband knows, but the rest of them don't. And so she tells them, you need to plant a bunch of potato crops and just do it, and have a cellar to store them. So they did it, and right now where I'm at in the book, the potatoes are coming up, and potatoes have never grown in Scotland before that. in this area, anyways, they've never even seen a potato. So, yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I think you would like it, Forge. Invest in stocks, yeah. Depending on how far back you go, maybe the stocks don't exist yet. Land, that's a good one. Okay, guys, I'm gonna post a link here to all the fire starters here. So we can head over. Flat Sixer says it would be difficult to explain germ theory or relativity or quantum mechanics without being declared a fraud. Yeah, she actually had she has that issue with germ theory because she's a healer. That's what they call her, a healer. But they've also accused her of being a witch. So it's there's a fine line there, and they don't know what germs are. So Sandy is live, guys. Let's go bombard her chat and get in there and see what's going on. Say your hellos and oh, we're playing tag over on this side. Thanks for coming on. It's been great. Stokes of Green, yeah. All right. So thanks for coming on. It's been a good time. We'll do this again, and we're gonna have Josh on very soon for a follow-up. So if you haven't caught his first part, he was on last week here talking about his life in a cult. Yes, let's raid Sandy's channel. Come on, go start some fires over there. Thanks for coming in. Cheers, everybody.